biggest proliferator of weapons of mass destruction. The U.S. newspaper Washington Post exposed that recently the United States exported arms and equipment including fighter planes worth billions of U.S. dollars to a country in the Middle East, and not a few of them are cluster bombs. Cluster bomb is recognized as a very dangerous weapon of mass destruction, and its use is banned internationally. The United States knows it well, but intentionally exported a lot of weapons of mass destruction, including cluster bombs, to the Middle East. After all, it was revealed again that the United States is the proliferator of weapons of mass destruction and the enemy of humanity, disturbing global peace and security. The United States has so far professed itself to be defender of peace whenever opportunities permitted. It has pressurized and shaken its fist at other countries, talking as if they have the serious danger of proliferating weapons of mass destruction. On the international arena, it talked about the importance of the issue on preventing proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. Today, it has become more certain that it was a shameless and despicable trick to cover up its criminal nature as the proliferator of weapons of mass destruction and shift the responsibility onto others. It found its intensive expression in the Middle East. The United States exported a lot of weapons to the Middle Eastern countries such as Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Iraq, and Jordan. It passed even the technology of nuclear weapons as well as cluster bombs to Israel and other countries actively following it, but sold weapons with poor technical performance to other countries at high prices by disguising them as modern ones. It reduced the region tense with antagonism and contradictions between nations, tribes, and sects to a theater of war with ceaseless gun reports. It is not an accident that the world criticizes the U.S. sale of arms and equipment to the crisis-affected region as an irresponsible and imprudent act, and an act pushing more explosives into powder magazine, and the international human rights watch organization Human Rights Watch and others strongly demand the United States stop exporting the internationally prohibited arms. But the U.S. arms export is on the increase. According to a report made public by the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute in Sweden, last year the United States sold over 47,000 million US dollars of munitions to more than 170 countries, 30% more than the previous year. In the countries and regions that import the US arms, the situation is worsened and the dark clouds of war are looming large. It is an undeniable fact. The United States has fomented and aggravated disputes, murder and war in different parts of the world in disregard of international law and international organization. It is a mockery of and challenge to the global peace that the United States does not open lips without talking about danger of proliferation of weapons of other countries. That is why the international community more strongly maintains with each passing day that it is entirely due to the United States that peace has not settled on the globe as yet, but the danger of war increased today 70 years after the Second World War and tens of years after the end of the Cold War.